Welcome back to American Truck Simulator, everyone. We're back at it. We're in our UPS Volvo with a sleeper. I guess this would not really a feeder service. I guess this would be some kind of long haul service or something that they have, since it does have the sleeper. We're back in Las Vegas. I installed the coast to coast map. Our last trip, let's see, we made a Tucumcari. I installed the coast to coast map and it brought my truck all the way back to Vegas. So we're going to be making a trip from Vegas back to Gallup. And maybe we'll continue heading east from there. Not really sure right now, but yeah, wasn't too happy, you know, being pulled all the way back, but you know, it happens. So, oof, oh, are we gonna be able to get out? I don't know. That is really freaking close back there. Okay, we had to curb the hell out of it, but that's all right. We're good. All right, let's get going. Come on, Bessie. Let's go. Yeah, that was really, really close. So we're back at it, another trip. We're heading back to New Mexico. New Mexico is the last state I have yet to check out. I've checked out everything else but New Mexico. I just really got sidetracked up in the Pacific Northwest with Oregon and Washington and then Idaho, and I've just never had a good chance to get to New Mexico. So we're going to take this time to check it out, and then once we do a little driving in New Mexico, then we're going to get on coast to coast and maybe make some other trips. We'll see. I'd like to do some trips on I-40. I-40 is such a cool corridor to drive on, you know, like I said, Barstow to Amarillo, Oklahoma City, that kind of stuff. I think those would be some really nice drives. So we'll try something out like that, maybe, if we can get the trips. That's the big key to it, you know, is just being able to find the trip. Sometimes you have to run empty. I have done that. I've also run bobtail. I run bobtail when I wasn't using my own trailer and I was just using the cab, my, you know, like owner operator. And so I would run bobtail, you know, and that's something it seems like, at least I haven't seen a lot of it in ATS own videos and stuff. Oh, whoa. Damn. Dude, you scared me. All right. Get up here, get on 93, and then we'll be on our way. The only thing is kind of a pain getting out of Vegas. You know? We got all these different side roads we have to take, and we'll take a peek at our truck. Today we're pulling doubles. Last trip we pulled our extra leasing 48 footer. When I got pulled all the way back to, or moved all the way back to Las Vegas, I thought, you know what, we'll just swap it up and go with something else. So this is what we have. Pretty neat look. Pulling doubles, and I have seen pictures of the UPS Volvos, the sleeper Volvos pulling doubles, so that's cool. So it's not like completely out of the realm of realistic. Like I said, I'm not an expert on their operations by no means. I'm just, like I said, I'm assuming that this is not a feeder service. This is something beyond that, maybe. I don't know, maybe like some kind of priority service where they have to just do it direct, or a straight shot, you know, and not, come on. Our Volvo does have an 18-speed transmission. It is a 450 horsepower. I think it's a Cummins in it. I'll have to look at that sometime and make sure, but I think I put a Cummins in it. It doesn't sound like quite like my feeder trucks, which basically sounds like an old Ford pickup missing a muffler on it. Which is fine, I'm not complaining. I like the sound of them. I think they sound really good. Ooh, we hit that fast. This is all keyboard and mouse as usual. And when you hit turns fast like that, with the way I got my steering sensitivity down, you can't turn too sharp real fast, you know. It takes a little bit. As far as my key bindings, I have my blinkers bound to my left and right mouse buttons, my flasher to my middle mouse, my high beams to my roll on my middle mouse, and my Jake on my space bar. So we basically have everything we need, like right here, immediately accessible, all the main things. And so I don't have to take my my eyes off the screen to check things out or anything like that. Alright, let's get going. I do like the drive between Vegas and Kingman. That is a nice trip by Hoover Dam. It used to be over Hoover Dam. I've actually drove over it when the highway went across it, and before they built the new bridge. That was really neat. Kind of a bottleneck. There was always a lot of stuff going on right there because people sightseeing, and the road was so windy and slow. So I see exactly why they did what they did. It helped, really helped the flow of traffic a lot and getting it off, and for security reasons too. That way they didn't have to worry about someone parking a truck full of explosives on top of the dam and taking it out. So we are on our way. Oh, look at there, R&L triples, sweet. Hold those. I'll have to do that again sometime. So I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. Got to do all the things. Maybe you're trucking in ATS. Maybe you're just watching gaming videos. That's cool too, man. Everyone, you enjoy watching, then watch. I hope you do. I hope you do enjoy. There, hang on. Checking out something real quick. So yeah, I hope you had a good weekend, and you know what tomorrow is, or actually it'll be, let's see, this video, I don't know if I'll post it Monday or Tuesday, so you may see this on the day of release, but Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming out on the 18th. I can't wait. Really been looking forward to that for a good while, ever since I heard that they were going to get back into that market. I never really completely understood why they got out of it to begin with. It was such an incredibly popular game, or sim, I should say. It's not really a game. It's more in the simulator category. Some people are kind of picky about those terms. It's not a game. It's a simulator. So. All right. I was very glad to hear that they were getting back into it. I've been playing Microsoft Flight Simulator, gosh, since the early 90s. It's been a long, long time. And I was playing Microsoft Flight Simulator 5, and I remember my dad coming in my room. I've told this story before, so if you've heard it, forgive me. If not, then I was sitting there playing the game on the computer, and my dad came in my room, and he's standing there watching. He was always big into my computer gaming. He always was fascinated by it, and still is. And actually, he wound up turning into somewhat of a gamer too as the years went by. But he was standing there watching, and he's like, wow, that's amazing. And he said, now you gotta remember, this was the early 90s, so this was like really, really basic graphics. He was like, one of these days, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between real and simulator. And he was right. He nailed it. That many years ago, he knew. Who would have thought that, just 30 years later, 30 years has been a good while. Not quite 30 years, but roughly in there. The advancements that they have made, it's amazing. It really just is. I think my parents kind of witnessed the same thing with the space program back during the Apollo days, because, you look at it in aviation and stuff like that. In World War II, we're basically flying prop aircraft for the most part. They're just kind of getting into the jets at the end of the war. And then from 45 to 75, not even 75, 69, we had a man on the moon. Look at the advancements that were made then. It's crazy. It really just is, and it's awesome to be able to watch and see that happening. You know, I remember my great grandmother telling me when I was young. Well, let's see if we got to go in real quick. Can bypass, sweet. I remember her telling me about moving from, let's see, where did her family come from? Georgia or South Carolina in the very early 1900s. She was born in 1905 or 6. When she was a little girl, they moved to Alabama. They actually came to Alabama in a covered wagon in the early 1900s now. They didn't even have a car. They still had a wagon pulled by mules. And she died. She passed away in 94. So I always like to think about, wow, just imagine the stuff that she saw in her life. Saw, you know, cars were just becoming a thing. You know, she was still getting around in a covered wagon as a little girl. She got to see the first airplane. She remembers when she remembered when the Titanic sank. Got to see the first airplane. The Wright brothers, you know, World War I, World War II, aviation go to the point of commercial aviation where you flew on jets. We put a man on the moon. I mean, just incredible life that she lived, seeing all these, you know, advancements in technology and things of that nature. So it's really, really super cool to be able to witness what I am in like computers and stuff like that. And the internet and you know, things like that. I mean, it's crazy. It really is. So let's get on. Let's see, this is going to be I-40, right? I think so. I think, yep, this is 40 we're getting on. What is that? Does that, oh, 93 south. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the truck here. Really cool looking truck. I love this truck. I love all my trucks. You know, the ones I pick are the ones that really kind of, you know, grab my attention, or I'm like, hey, that's a really sharp looking truck. Let's get this turn. We'll get rolling. Get uphill. We'll get moving here. Yeah, I used to be freaked out by pulling doubles and definitely triples and stuff like that. And I've pulled them so much now, it's like I don't even, you know, I kind of glance back in my mirror and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm pulling doubles. Forgot about that. Forgot they're even back there. So far, I have not snagged them on anything. I'm afraid I'm going to do that one day. I'm going to forget and like cut something too close and snag them on the corner of a building or a car or something like that. But so far, we have been okay. Definitely tell we have some weight. We are running 44,000 pounds of priority tableware going to Gallup, New Mexico via UPS. And I think I'm going to grab a screenshot here, guys. We'll be right back. All right, got a couple shots. We're back. We're rolling along now. Hopefully we'll make a little bit of headway here. And for some more exciting news, if you haven't, and you're not going to wait on me either. You're like just going to come right on out there. Yep. Okay, dude. You know what? They can't merge worth a damn. I wish they would really get these guys merged better. Anyway, more exciting news. Getting a webcam finally should be here today, so I'm looking forward to doing some live streaming coming up, hopefully in the near future. Maybe this weekend. Got to give a little time to get everything set up and test it out and tweaked and all that. And I got the audio, all the audio moved to my new computer, so that's all on this end now. It was on Amerity's side. It was really kind of an odd setup we had, but hey, it worked. The audio's on my side with the Scarlett 2i2. Amerity's actually got a 2i1 to go on her side too. So she'll still be able to do audios just through my side. I'd like it to go on her side when we do multiplayer, because I can break up the tracks completely that way. If she's a little bit quiet, I can boost her up. You know, I can have a little bit more adjustment because I don't have the money to invest in a board, you know, a board and all that stuff. So, and she's just wanting one on her side anyway. So we got webcams, we got lighting. The Scarlett's going to be here for her in a few weeks, I think. That was the only thing we couldn't get right away. Everything else, you know, we'll just stay here. We're not going to go. Everything else we got pretty quick. So that's cool. We got tripods, everything. We should be good to go. I got my live streaming activated on YouTube. That's the only reason I haven't been able to start testing things out, is because you have to wait like, what, 24 hours to for it to activate or something before you can actually do it. So that should be up this evening, and I should be able to at least start kind of getting the stream set up and testing and that sort of thing. Testing the audio, maybe testing the picture with the webcam. Excuse me. And then we should be good to go. I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And it definitely, you know, it takes some work. This isn't easy. Not easy. It takes work to build up a viewer base, and all of you guys that have subscribed and watched and left comments, I really do appreciate. Doesn't go unnoticed, and it's a haul. It's a long haul, but we're doing all right, and we enjoy it, and that's the main thing that matters, is that we do enjoy this. We've done it for a long time. I wish we had recorded our gaming over the years. I really don't know why we didn't, other than we just didn't want to mess with it. But you know, our whole mindset was, you know, if we're going to be gaming, why not record it? Why not put it up there and let people watch? You know, some people may actually enjoy watching it. You know, it won't be everyone's cup of tea, but you know, if you do, great. We absolutely appreciate it. I know there's several people I like to watch. You know, I like to game, and I like to watch people game. I like to see their reaction and how they go about things and all that. So it'll be cool. It'll be cool either way. Let's see what's going on. So far we're doing pretty good right where we're at. I think we'll just stay here, and you know, I'm going to go ahead and set my cruise at 73, and we'll just ease along here. Beautiful countryside. I always love it out here. I've always been kind of partial to the desert and arid areas. Alright, what are you doing? Alright, what are y'all doing? Oh, I hate it when they break my momentum like that. Seriously, we were doing so good. Now we got this hill coming up. Let's see if we can get up to speed before we get to that. But really, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I'm really looking forward to getting some user content in. And I mean, I know there won't be much available right away, but it'll be fun to be able to once again fly a Delta MD-88 or something to that effect. You know, back in Flight Simulator 98, 98 was probably the one I flew the absolute most. You know, I was thinking about it the other day. In 98, the last number I remember off the top of my head flying it when I was flying the absolute most, I think I had 2,400 hours in 98. That's no lie. It was a crazy amount of hours. I was doing a lot of overseas flights. I was doing military flights, low levels. You know, I got an AP-1B and the assorted charts to go with it, and had a program in Microsoft Flight Simulator where I could put in waypoints, and I'd get the waypoints out of the AP-1B, and I would fly the low levels just like they did in real life, and it was such a damn blast. Man, you can't even imagine how fun that was. And so I did that. I flew tons of you know, flights out of Atlanta to Dallas, Dallas to Atlanta, you know, Chicago, just all over. I didn't go out on the West Coast, you know, LAX and that area too terribly much. I stayed on the East Coast more than anything. I flew lots of trips like Greenville, South Carolina to Atlanta. They, you know, that route at that time was serviced by an MD-88 or something in that series, and it was a really good quick hop to just get in an airplane and go. You know, you cruised at like 21,000, something like that. You know, low 20s, and that was a fun trip. It really just was. Birmingham to Atlanta, you know, same way. I mean, it just really good time. I really, you know, the more I thought back on it, the more I missed it. You know, I did cargo ops for a while. I flew cargo planes into Anchorage a lot. You know, Anchorage is actually a big cargo hub for the cargo companies. Flew in Anchorage. I flew from Anchorage to Hong Kong back before Kai Tak. The Hong Kong airport was closed, and they had the Kai Tak heart attack still. Flew several times into Hong Kong. You know, just all over, and it was absolutely so much fun. And like I said, the more I've thought about it, the more I've really just missed it. I'm like, man, it's really, it brings back a lot of memories. Used to do a lot of stuff on Satco. A little bit on VATSIM after the change, but by then, or not long after that, I think I was kind of getting out of it. My mind's fuzzy on the timeline there, but I think towards that point I was starting to get out. I wasn't really getting out of it. I just didn't have the time to do it. So, all right, let's see. What are you doing, guy? Got a construction zone coming up. I'm wondering if I can jump over and get around you and jump back. Let's see. Oh, we picked the right lane. Sweet. Okay. Alright, we gotta slow it down though. Alright, all this construction, seriously, it's like real life. They just need to make them a little bit longer. They need to like double or triple the length of the construction zones. But anyway, I have good hopes for the new flight simulator and being able to do a lot more, you know, do videos in that, and maybe kind of get back to what I was doing before. I don't know if I'll get on VATSIM again or not. I think it definitely won't on the controller side, though I was a controller back in the Satco days. I don't know if I had the time to get into the whole controller thing again. You know, I think most of my time will be flying. If I ever got tired of flying, I would do the controller thing again, but I don't know. It takes a little work. It takes a little work for that. I remember when I was on there, we were actually allowed to do military flights. This is before they had the military side, and I had the ability to be able to do that, and they were okay with it, and we flew. Everything that we flew was as close to real life as we possibly can. And there's some other guys that kind of hooked up with me, and we would fly multi-ship formations. And what we did is, at the time, the Georgia Air National Guard had the B-1B bombers assigned to them with 116th 128th Bomb Squadron, 116th Bomb Wing, I think, and Robins. They flew all over the Southeast and all over the country too, but we flew all our ops out of Robins. Sometimes we would do deployments to other bases like Nellis or up in Alaska. And we had certain low-level military routes that we would fly in the Southeast. We had VR 1055 that we flew a whole lot from. It started up around Chattanooga and ended up around in central Alabama, not too far from Montgomery. And that was actually a route that they flew in real life, so we would fly it too. And it was so much fun to fly a two-ship formation of B1s on that route in sim. And we had controllers that, like, I had a real life controller that would send me information and send me flight strips and stuff like that. And it was just so much fun. It really just was. There was another big low-level route that we flew, like in Arkansas. It was over in the Memphis Center. I can't remember. It was partly in Arkansas. It was an instrument route, so we could fly it day and night in all weather, though we didn't really fly the routes in weather because we didn't have all weather capability in sim. So, and we didn't have terrain following radar in the B1, which would have been really freaking nice if we did, but so we would fly it, generally that stuff. I mean, the IR routes, we would fly them in marginal weather, depending on how mountainous they were, but we flew that route over in Arkansas a whole lot, and that was another one that they flew in real life, and it had like a in real life it had like a electronic scoring site on it or something, and so it was a pretty busy route. And you know, we flew it so much, the controller, like the regular controllers, got to know the routine. They got to know, they figured out how to clear us on it, how to clear us off, you know, to give us, you know, what kind of vectors we needed right off the bat to head back towards base. Or, I mean, you know, sometimes we would fly a low level and we'd fly a low level and then pick up an MOA somewhere, an MOA, and fly in it. We had people that would fly tankers for us, and we would fly on, we would simulate tanking on refueling tracks. I had all the maps and charts for those as well. And man, we did it all. We really just did. It was a good time. And it was a lot of fun that they let us do that. There wasn't a lot of regulation or you know, there was no issues. No one ever got out there and hot dogged or did anything other than what they did in real life. And so I did thoroughly enjoy that. It was so much fun. I remember we did one particular, we made a flight to Anchorage, Alaska. I think actually it was Elmdorf Air Force Base. I can't remember if it was Fairbanks or, I can't remember, but we flew up there for, we got away, some kind of exercise. It was kind of like a red flag, and by that time there were 4 of us, and we flew a 4-ship formation, sail formation of B1s from Robbins all the way up to Alaska with tanking, simulated tanking, and then we stayed in Alaska for like 2 weeks. Flying low-level routes in Alaska and doing exercises in some of the military operating areas and all that stuff. We did that, and then we flew back to Georgia. You know, we had another one where we did a red flag in Nellis. What's up? How you doing? All right, here we go. 85,000 pounds, pretty heavy. We'd fly to Nellis for red flag. We would be out there for 2 weeks, and we would fly some of the low-level routes over there and different things in the Nellis test range. So So we did a whole lot of different things, and I've been racking my brains trying to think of those other guys' names, and it's been so long. I've completely forgot, and it was definitely good times. You know, all the different things that we did, it was very easy to get 2,400 hours, you know, 2,500 hours at that point. It really just was. All right, we are almost here. Ooh, we need another picture of that sunset. Then we're back. We're almost here. Time flies by. It's like the blink of an eye.
Turn left.
Turn left. Take a look at our truck. Yes. It's such a nice spot here on top of this little hill here. I had to get some more pictures. We'll get a few more on the bridge with the sunset. Alright, we're back. I had to grab a few more. That's just really nice view right there. I know, we're tired. We'll be there in a minute.
Then turn left.
Get up here and make us a left in the turning lane. Hang out here for a second. We'll take a look at the truck. Very nice. All right, that's us. Let's go and get this one in the books. I flop. It always makes me chuckle when we go by there. Gotta love the eye flop. Where we go? Right. Down. Oh, down, right? Oh, well, we just hit the red light, but...
We're here. Right on time.
Right on time. You know what, I'm feeling froggy. We'll place this one since it's doubles. It isn't too big of a deal. Not like we have to back it up or anything, so we should be good with this. All we have to worry about is getting in a tight spot and snagging them. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Got our flasher zone. Oh yeah, this isn't bad. The Walbert. And we made it. We're here. There we go. Go results. 439 miles, 9 hours and 43 minutes, 60 gallons of fuel, 33,920 bucks. That's good. That's a good trip. I'll take that. 1,181 XP. That's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please remember, like and subscribe, all the stuff. You know the routine. It's greatly appreciated, and we will catch you on the road next time. Peace.